What's going on, everybody? Ghost Picks Foy back again with another video. It is Friday afternoon. Yes, Friday, March 26th. We made it to the freaking weekend, and we made it to the next round of the March Madness tournament. The Sweet 16 games are upon us, and I'm super excited for the big games this week. And we are super excited to make some predictions, maybe break down some of the games heading into the weekends. The tournament didn't go as planned so far. It has a lot of us scratching our heads, but I've been watching the lines, been watching a lot of news coverage over the course of the week, trying to put together the best plays for you guys. And I think we got it pretty down pat. Ghost Picks ATS, the #1 sports consultant in the business. We have a great new partnership with Manscaped. Guys, if you haven't already, go check out Jimmy's video. He has a great free play for today, as well as a discount code for you guys to provide you with the right tools for the job, as we provide you guys with the right plays every single day. Just to recap, I had a free play out the other day. Milwaukee Bucks -6 against the Celtics. The Milwaukee Bucks came in as the home team. They dominated for 3 quarters, led by as many as 20. And then the fourth quarter happened. They absolutely blew the game away. There were some shady, questionable calls down the stretch. A couple charge calls, a couple blocking foul calls. A bunch of nonsense towards the end of the game, but no excuse. We dropped the ball on that one. The Milwaukee Bucks were able to win the game, but unfortunately they did not cover the 6-point spread. So I'm now 2-1 in free plays, fully transparent every step of the way for you guys. It's not going to stop us at all. If anything, it's going to make us stronger heading into this weekend. I spent all week breaking down these games, looking at the lines move, following the news coverage on the games, and we're pretty set for this weekend, guys. If you have not been on the packages with Ghost Picks this week, you are truly missing out, guys. Jimmy is sweeping his top tier plays this week. Benny swept again last night, and we are just truly locked in. Jack does have a red alert play for Saturday night. UFC is Saturday as well, and you know, Ghost Picks Benny and the Notorious, they break down every single fight, and they are truly on lock with the UFC heading into this weekend and the UFC fights there. So, guys, Sweet 16, look ahead. We have a lot of big games. I hope you guys might like my nice little display I've been working hard on. So we have Gonzaga, Creighton, USC, Oregon, Michigan, Florida State, UCLA, Alabama. On the other end of things here, we have Baylor, Villanova, Arkansas, Oral Roberts still rolling strong, Loyola, Chicago, Oregon State, Syracuse, and Houston. Those are our Sweet 16 games. All teams looking to push to the Elite 8. Let's break down some lines here, guys. A couple weird lines, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to go through each game, and I'm going to give you guys the line as well as my personal prediction, and we are going to come up with a free play for you guys for this weekend for Saturday, so you don't want to miss the rest of the video, guys. So we have Gonzaga taking on Creighton. Gonzaga has been truly impressive thus far throughout the tournament. They're coming in as a 13-point favorite over Creighton. Creighton has struggled a little bit. They struggled with their first 2 games, come from behind wins, hanging in there till the end, but Gonzaga is one step ahead of the rest of the competition. They're definitely a couple steps ahead of Creighton. So I am looking for Gonzaga and Jalen Suggs, one and done freshman, to take it on to the Elite 8. Gonzaga will win this game, and I have a feeling they will cover the spread. Like I said, Jalen Suggs, Drew Timme, a very mature Gonzaga team, and Gonzaga has experienced a lot of criticism in the past couple years, you know, absolutely destroying competition. Oh, they don't play anybody. They do have a couple big games throughout the year, but this is the year. I'm telling you, they're going to make it the distance. They might win the whole thing. I got them pushing a little bit further than the Elite 8 for sure. So I definitely do see them taking on Creighton and handling their business there. And then we have USC versus Oregon. Both teams have truly impressed. Oregon took on Iowa, the juggernaut that is Iowa, and Player of the Year, Luka Garza, took care of business there, slapped them right in the face from start to finish. Oregon taking on USC team that took over that game against Kansas. It was truly embarrassing. The whole second half, it was like watching the Harlem Globetrotters truly doing anything they wanted against the Kansas Jayhawk team. And USC with Taj Edey and Mobley, they're just truly locked in. That is a very interesting game, to say the least. USC coming in at a 2-point favorite. Oregon impressed me so much against Iowa. Oregon is a long team. They're athletic. They play great defense. They could score the ball. They could take on both ends of the floor. Earlier in the season, USC handled things against Oregon. USC won back in January, I believe. USC won that contest, so I'm looking on the bounce back here. Obviously, it's a couple months later and 2 different teams, but both teams are rolling hot. USC coming at -2. But I am going to go the reverse on this one, and I am taking Oregon to win the game on the money line. That is not my free play for today. However, I am very eager to watch that matchup, and I think Oregon's going to be able to turn some heads and push on to the Elite Eight. Now we got Michigan and Florida State. Michigan, obviously, one of two #1 seeds remaining in the dance. Impressive Hunter Dickinson, freshman big man, 7-foot center, leading the charge for there. They have some really good guard play, coached by Juwan Howard. They're a very mature team. Juwan Howard has them very locked into this tournament with a big win over LSU. I honestly thought LSU was going to win that game. It went down to the end, but Michigan was able to pull on strong in the final minutes, taking on a Florida State team. Don't let this Florida State team confuse you guys. We are the Seminoles of Florida State. They beat a very impressive Colorado team. Colorado wiped the floor with Georgetown in the round of 64, and then Florida State took care of business. Limited their shots, played solid defense, able to put the points up in bunches. Florida State, guys, they are known for being a defensive team, but this year's team can put up points, and I've seen Michigan play some really good teams, play some really bad teams as well. Michigan coming in as 2.5-point favorites coming into this week's contest on Saturday, but I am looking for the upset here. I'm looking for the Seminoles to frustrate Michigan, get in their heads, and knock out the #1 seed, Michigan. Florida State, I'm looking to push on. Again, guys, not my free play, just my prediction here. We'll take things over to UCLA and Alabama. UCLA, one of the first 4 teams in the dance. They've had a lot of impressive wins. They won their first 4 games. They beat BYU. They beat Abilene Christian, who had an impressive first-round game as well. But I think UCLA is going to fall behind in this one. Alabama, another team that has played the best of the best, has beat the best of the best. They knocked out LSU and the SEC tournament champion. Alabama coming in as 6.5-point favorites. I think Alabama is going to attain that total, and I think Alabama is going to push on to the Elite Eight to match up with Florida State. Again, Florida State, probably not the most popular pick, but I am confident in the Seminoles team. And then we take things on to the other side of the bracket. We start heading into Sunday here. We have Baylor versus Villanova. Villanova, obviously, without their star, Colin Gillespie. They rely heavily on James Robinson Earl, who is a great talent. Jay Wright has that team well coached. Villanova always making a run into the NCAA tournament. But how about Baylor, guys? A Big 12 team. Baylor, a top seed as well. Not too many people talking about Baylor. All 5 starters able to score the ball, play solid defense, put points up in bunches. They play the games that they need to. They do what they need to do to win the game, and I think they're going to be able to overcome the obstacle that is Villanova, and Baylor is going to push on. Baylor coming into that game as 6.5-point favorites, I believe. The last line I checked on that. But Baylor will push on to the Elite Eight. Taking things over to Arkansas, Oral Roberts. We're going to skip over that game from right now. We will come back to it. Loyola Chicago. Sister Jean, 101 years old, might be the oldest NCAA coach at the end of the season. She's in the stands every single game. She's breaking down analytics. ESPN might as well hire her as an analyst as well. Sister Jean, obviously in the stands, rooting for her boys, Loyola Chicago. They're no stranger to the tournament anymore. Back in 2018, they were able to make it to the Final Four, and Loyola Chicago up until this point has relied heavily on their big man center, Cam Krutwig. Cam Krutwig, I saw a meme about him the other day. It was really funny that Cam Krutwig looks like a guy who's trying to get his kids back. But Cam Krutwig, I don't know what they do. They are the #1 defensive team in the country. They don't look to be the most athletic team. They don't look to be the most agile. They don't look to be the most skilled. But Loyola Chicago is a quality team, taking on an Oregon State team that struggled the entire season. Yes, Oregon State Beavers have gotten hot at the right time. They beat Oregon in the Pac-12 championship. They've had a couple impressive wins over Oklahoma State and Tennessee in the NCAA tournament this so far. But I think the hourglass runs out on Oregon State, and Loyola Chicago able to win this one. The line a little funky at -7 for Loyola Chicago. I'm not saying that they're going to cover that spread, but I think Loyola Chicago is going to hang on and push on to the Elite Eight. Syracuse Houston. As you guys know, I live here in New Jersey, which, by the way, guys, 80 degrees today. I'm super excited for the springtime, super excited for summer and baseball season to get started. But we have Syracuse taking on Houston. Jim Boeheim, Buddy Boeheim, that 2-3 zone that no team can figure out. The 2-3 zone, year after year after year after year. No matter how many times you guys see this zone, you would think teams would figure it out by now, but it's just one of those things that they execute so efficiently. They've truly perfected it that it's not even just a 2-3 zone. They extend the perimeter. They get the hands in the shooters when you typically see a 2-3 zone able to get open three-point shots. Those guards, they get out on that perimeter shots, force difficult shots, and it's able to work. And Buddy Boeheim, oh my God, the kid has been shooting the lights out, carrying that Syracuse Orange team over a couple big wins, impressive wins over San Diego State and West Virginia. Houston coming over a big come-from-behind win against Rutgers. I was rooting for Rutgers from the start. Houston able to come from behind in the last few minutes of the game after Rutgers led for a majority of the contest. We have Houston coming in. Houston coming in as a 6.5-point favorite. Houston is a great defensive team, one of the best defensive teams in the country, a top 10 defensive team at that. I think they're going to finally get to Buddy Boeheim. Syracuse has an impressive run thus far in the tournament, but I am looking for Houston to continue on to the Elite Eight to match up against that Loyola Chicago team. All right, guys, I saved one game on the board, and this is actually going to be our free play as well. Arkansas, impressive wins over Texas Tech. They had an easy game in the first round of Colgate, but in the NCAA tournament, there truly isn't any easy games. You guys know that. Arkansas, back in December, beat Oral Roberts by an 11-point margin. Truly, the stat of that game was that Arkansas was able to out-rebound Oral Roberts 58-32, a 26-rebound deviance. I mean, you can't do that and win a game. You can't not rebound the ball. Truly, it comes down to the team that gets the most offensive rebounds usually wins the game. But I'm looking to see a similar outcome here, guys. I think Arkansas is going to take care of business against Oral Roberts. But the line to me is a little funny. So you have Oral Roberts, who obviously has had an impressive run nonetheless. Oral Roberts has knocked off Ohio State. And shocking the world. Absolutely shocking the world, and then coming from behind and beating Florida. Oral Roberts able to put points up in bunches, and then you have their point guard, who is the leading scorer in the NCAA this year, Max Abmas. He has truly killed it, truly led the pack. And the over-under on this game, and the early going here, the early line on this game is 159 on the over-under. So that's obviously a lot of points for a college basketball game. So I'm looking to see a tight contest throughout the game here. And what really truly stands out to me is the Arkansas line right now is minus 11.5. I think with an over-under that high, you're going to see a much closer game, maybe getting into the 80s, maybe a 90-80 ball game. Back in December, Arkansas was able to win by 11. I think Oral Roberts is a different team now. They're going to keep it close. I do foresee Arkansas moving on to match up against Baylor, but our free play for today, for Saturday, is going to be Oral Roberts plus 11.5. I'm not saying they win the game outright, but I definitely think they keep it a lot closer than the 11.5 point spread. It might drop to 11, maybe 10.5 by game time, but Oral Roberts, I think either way, you're going to see maybe like a 5 or 6 point ball game that goes down to the wire. So that is our Elite 8 prediction, guys. Like I said, if you are not on the Ghost Picks team, 5 expert handicappers. You got Justin on the NHL, always, every single day, putting out bangers. You have Ghost Picks Jack. Check out for that big red alert play on Saturday. We have Ghost Picks Patrick, absolutely killing the game, killing the month of March. Ghost Picks Jimmy, and on a 13-1 free play run, and then Ghost Picks Benny, him and the Notorious locked in for the UFC this weekend, so make sure you guys hop on those packages as well. Usually the UFC packages are really affordable as well, so definitely hop on that, guys. Ghost Picks Nation, let's tune in to March Madness on Saturday. We'll recap things from tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I'll come on and we'll make a video tomorrow night looking into Sunday as well. But these are my predictions so far. Take it take it for what it is. But our free play is going to be Oral Roberts plus 11.5 against Arkansas. Good luck, guys. God bless. Grind on. Cheers. Thank you guys very much.